Folks, we are now living in a time so absurd it makes Florida man look like a Supreme Court justice. Welcome to Kleppers Corner Weird World Wrap-Up. I've combed through the weirdest news from the last 7 days, so you don't have to burn your retinas scrolling through Reddit and pigeon forums. Buckle up. This week had everything. Birds on board, beans in public, and even a tortoise tornado. Let's dive into the madness. This week's cinematic masterpiece, screaming tweens storming theaters during the Minecraft movie, shouting "chicken jockey." Apparently, it's a TikTok challenge, and no, it doesn't involve riding an actual chicken, which honestly disappoints me. What happened to the classics? Fire alarms, Rotten Tomatoes, even streaking had a certain dignity. But now we've got mobs of Gen Z channeling Lord of the Rings via poultry cosplay. Cinema is saved. And theater staff, they're stuck Googling what the hell is a chicken jockey in between mopping up spilled Sour Patch Kids. Godspeed, AMC employees, Godspeed, meet Kyle Vasquez, Long Island's newest TikTok martyr, or as the police prefer to call him, the Bean Bandit. He filmed himself dumping beans and eggs all over public sidewalks and even tried sneaking into strangers' homes to record their reactions. Because nothing says influencer like felony trespassing and an aura of expired protein. His followers called it performance art. The judge? Not so much. Kyle was arrested for public nuisance, trespassing, and being that guy who ruins brunch vibes. Some people prank their friends. Kyle pranks society, one garbanzo bean at a time. On a Delta flight from Minnesota to Wisconsin, already a short hop if there ever was one, passengers were joined by two surprise guests. Pigeons, live ones, flying the friendly skies. Apparently they boarded before pre-boarding was even called. Now, I know what you're thinking. Did they have seat assignments? No, but they did flap down the aisle like they owned the damn place. Eyewitnesses say one tried to nest in the complimentary pretzels. The other refused to silence its devices during takeoff. Delta later released a statement saying they were investigating the incident. Meanwhile, the pigeons are demanding sky miles. In Mississippi, a family's pet tortoise named Myrtle disappeared during a deadly tornado outbreak. Weeks later, brace yourself, she turned up alive, covered in mud, confused, but still judging you silently with those wise tortoise eyes. Scientists say tortoises can survive being flung across fields due to their low center of gravity. I say, Myrtle clearly just wanted to check out Arkansas, hated it, and came back. She's the only one who can travel by Twister and still look majestic doing it. When asked for comment, Myrtle blinked once, twice, and pooped on a lettuce leaf, an icon. In the forest of Panama, capuchin monkeys have started kidnapping baby howler monkeys. And not for food, not for war, for fun. Scientists believe they're bored. That's right, these monkeys are basically Florida teens with tails. They chase, isolate, and abduct baby monkeys, then just drop them later like it's recess. Evolution, folks. We're no longer the only species that commits petty crime because it's Thursday. Next up, capuchins opening Etsy shops to sell banana NFTs. In Russia, cats are being used to smuggle drugs into prisons. In Spain, drones are taking over lifeguard duties at beaches. Somewhere, a human is crying in the unemployment line while a cat gets promoted to cartel middle management. The feline was caught on camera hopping the fence with a pouch of narcotics taped to its fur. I mean, how do you even interrogate that? Meow if you're guilty. Meanwhile, at the beach, drones hover over swimmers ready to deploy life rafts or blare dad jokes. It's comforting to know the future we were promised, flying robots and animal crime syndicates, is finally here. In Missouri, a postal truck was found abandoned, filled with thousands of live chicks. Yes, that's right, not letters, not Amazon returns. Fluffy, chirping, feathered chaos. Apparently, the truck broke down and the driver walked away. Somewhere between logistics and poultry, someone forgot to say, hey, maybe don't leave 1,000 baby birds in a metal oven on wheels. The animal shelter that took them in, not equipped. unless you count cardboard boxes and raw determination. This is either a delivery error or the pilot episode of Peep Show, The Real One. The British Soap Awards were evacuated this week over a bomb threat, which, like most soap plots, turned out to be fake. Ironic, since the show itself was going to announce who betrayed whom with whose evil twin. Fans scattered, security swarmed, and somewhere a prop master thought this would make an incredible season finale. Spoiler alert, the only thing explosive was the dress choices. David Beckham turned 50 last week and didn't get a visit from his son Brooklyn or daughter-in-law Nicola Peltz. Sources say it may stem from wedding drama because apparently no family drama is too petty to overshadow your dad's milestone birthday. Forget cakes and balloons, bring on the Instagram snubs and passive-aggressive stories. Even the Kardashians were like, you guys okay? During a live spelling bee TV show in Australia, a heckler shouted the answer mid-competition. He just couldn't handle the suspense, or spelling, possibly both. The contestant, bless her, recovered like a champ. But somewhere out there, a trivia night purist screamed into a Wordle grid. Nick Offerman clapped back after a bigoted fan misused a Ron Swanson meme. He reminded them, politely but firmly, that Swanson was best man at a gay wedding. Cue social media implosion. One dude's worldview just collapsed harder than a folding chair at a MAGA tailgate. If Offerman ever runs for president, I vote we just give him a woodworking bench and let him quietly fix the country. So, what have we learned this week? That cats are criminals, monkeys need hobbies, David Beckham needs a hug, and movie theaters are now poultry arenas. This has been Kleppers Corner. Weird World Wrap-Up. Tune in next time, same weird time, same weird channel. And remember, folks, if a tortoise can survive a tornado, so can you. Good evening, patriots and parodies. Welcome to Kleppers Corner, where we sift through the stars and stripes of today's headlines to find the truth, the satire, and the occasional "did that really happen?" moments. Buckle up, because this week, the news cycle has been spinning faster than a mega hat at a wind tunnel. Segment 1, the White House lawn party extravaganza. President Trump is hosting over 3,000 political appointees on the White House lawn, marking one of the largest gatherings ever held there. It's like Coachella, but with more suits and less music. Traditionally, such gatherings are segmented by department, but this unified event emphasizes the president's appreciation for his team. It's a family reunion if your family was composed entirely of Fortune 500 executives and business leaders. Segment 2, Musk versus the one big beautiful bill. Elon Musk, fresh off his tenure at the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, is now urging lawmakers to kill the bill, specifically Trump's massive tax and immigration package. The Congressional Budget Office projects the bill would add more than $2.4 trillion to the national debt over the next decade. Musk's opposition is the tech equivalent of a mic drop, or perhaps a tweet storm. Segment 3, tariffs and trade wars. President Trump has announced a major increase in steel and aluminum tariffs, doubling them from 25% to 50%, emphasizing national security and job protection. While the administration touts this as a move to protect American jobs, critics argue it could lead to higher costs for consumers and strained international relations. It's a classic case of short-term gain versus long-term pain. Segment 4, global political shakeups. Across the globe, political landscapes are shifting. In the Netherlands, Prime Minister Dick Schoof resigned after far-right leader Geert Wilders withdrew support from the coalition government. Meanwhile, in South Korea, newly elected President Lee Jae-myung pledges cooperation with North Korea, aiming to resolve long-standing tensions without conflict. Segment 5, domestic developments. Back home, the 50-51 movement continues to gain momentum, organizing nationwide demonstrations against the Trump administration's policies. In Meriden, Connecticut, organizers are racing against a June 4 deadline to submit signatures for a referendum to reopen the recently approved $233 million city budget. From lawn parties to legislative battles and from international diplomacy to grassroots activism, it's clear that the world is in a constant state of flux. But through it all, Kleppers Corner remains your steadfast source for news, nuance, and a touch of necessary humor. Until next time, stay informed and stay irreverent.